Inland waterway tanker transports. An overview of the information flow for inland waterway tanker transport. Many chemicals and mineral oils are transported in bulk by barges over inland waterways. A lot of information has to be exchanged to facilitate the physical transport. This animation introduces the players involved and the steps in exchanging information. Let's introduce the players. In this example, an oil refinery has produced kerosene as ordered. The owner of the kerosene has sold the product and wants to ship a large quantity by barge to the customers. The shipper will arrange the transport. Dangerous goods like flammable liquids require specialized barges and well-trained captains. The barge operators organize the transport by barge with their own or hired barges. The customs authorities want to track the product, which is subject to taxes. The port authorities are responsible for traffic management and safety in harbors. Waterway authorities do the same for the inland waterways. The terminals take care of the intermediate storage, loading and discharging of the liquids. The information flow in this overview starts with a message from the refinery to the shipper that the product is ready for transport. The production planning, the actual production, and the trading of the product is outside the scope of this overview. The shipper requests a vessel from the barge operator for the transport of the kerosene around a specific date and area. The barge operator sends a list of available tanker barges who could fulfill the request to the shipper. The shipper nominates selected barges and sends the selected barges to the load terminal, often the producer. The load terminal then performs its vetting process and confirms the vessel to the shipper as a nomination. The shipper forwards the nomination as a transport order to the barge operator. The barge operator plans the transport order and orders the skipper to sail to the load terminal. Before arrival on the terminal, the captain sends a pre-announcement of loading to the terminal. The terminal gives the captain permission to load and creates a loading report. Often, the tanks of the barge need to be cleaned before loading. The oil refinery sends the kerosene to the terminal, usually through pipes. The captain sails to the terminal. After some possible waiting at the loading terminal by the captain, the loading master at the terminal gives the captain permission to come to a specific berth, and a manual verification process is executed for safety procedures. Both the terminal and the captain of the barge keep track of the amount and temperature of the loaded product. If the measurements show a significant difference, shipper, terminal or captain can ask a surveyor to independently determine the amount loaded. The captain can write a letter of protest, which is signed by the terminal for receipt only. The following information is sent when the captain starts his voyage. First, a transport document accompanying the transport containing the goods information. Second, a cargo manifest to customs, if applicable. Third, a voyage report through an aeronaut message to the waterway authority, describing the cargo and the voyage. Fourth, his departure to the port authority. The barge leaves the terminal and the harbor and enters the waterway network to navigate to the destination. When the barge reaches its destination, the captain sends a pre-announcement to the terminal. The terminal gives the captain permission to dock. Both the terminal and the captain of the barge keep track of the amount and temperature of the discharged product. If the measurement shows a significant difference, an independent surveyor can be asked by the shipper, terminal or captain to determine the time spent discharging and the amount discharged. The captain will write a letter of protest describing the difference. The terminal will sign it for receipt only. The captain sends a discharge statement to the barge operator when the product is discharged as requested. The receiving terminal sends a report of the discharge, including a protest, to the barge operator as well. The barge operator informs the shipper that the transport has been completed. The captain will prepare the barge for the next cargo transport. In some cases, it is necessary to clean the tanks of the barge from residues and gases before he can accept other assignments. After cleaning, the captain sends the certificate of cleaning to the barge operator, so he can be nominated for the next transport. This clip shows a common scenario of inland tanker transport. In reality, there are many variations on this scenario.